Good morning, second grade. We are ready for lesson 5.8. You should have your pencil, your highlighter, and your book open to page 359. So today we're going to talk about how to add to find the differences. So we're going to be kind of doing a little bit of addition and subtraction in order to find our answer. So the first part of the problem is that Sophie had 25 markers. And if I draw this out, I would have 2 10s and I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 25 markers. Now, let's say she will give 3 markers to Josh. So if she gives 3 markers to Josh, we would be subtracting. So I'm just going to cross off 1, 2, 3. And so how many markers does she have now? 10, 20, 21, 22. So that's the first part of the problem. But how many markers will Sophie have if Josh gives the 3 markers back to her? So if he took 3, or she gave him 3, and then she gave back 3, how many markers would he have now? So in that case, we would... trying to find my eraser here. We would be able to get these back again, and we would still have 25 markers. Okay? Now remember, at any time, if this is going too quick, you can always pause me to make sure that you are listening. Make sure your page still matches mine. Okay? When you're ready, we're going to go to the next page. And this is where you see your purple box. This is the objective for the lesson today. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be counting up from the number you're subtracting in order to find the difference. A lot like we do when we're subtracting our ones and we draw a picture, kind of the same thing. So today, this is a little different. You guys remember we talked about how we have a gas station, which would be our multiples of 10. So do you see my number line? I can see that 30, 40, and 50 are already bold. So I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to highlight 30, 40, and 50. Those are my multiples of 10. That's kind of where my gas station is, where I want to stop and then start counting again. That's kind of an easy number to get to whenever you're either adding in your head or subtracting in your head. So the only difference is on this problem where you have a number line and you have a subtraction problem is we don't start at 45. We are actually going to start, we are going to start at 38. So what I want you to do is I want you to go find 38 and I want you to circle 38. Okay? So we're going to count up and we're going to stop at 45. So then I want you to come to 45 and I want you to put a dot. So we're going to start at 38, stop at 45. But in order to do that, we're going to try to get to a multiple of 10 first. So for me to get to 38, I want to get to 40. So from 38 to 40, I would have 1, 2. So this is plus 2. And I still need to get to 45. So if I'm at 40, and I need to get to 45, we should be able to do that in our heads. I would just add on 5. Now, I do want you to write plus 2 and plus 5 above your number line, because then, as you can see right here, when I add 2 plus 5 and it equals 7, that means the difference between 45 and 38 is just 7. Okay? So 45 minus 38 is actually 7. Yes, this is just another strategy. Yes, of course, I could always stack up and subtract, but my numbers are so close together, 45 and 38, it might be quicker for me to actually try to do this in my head. So what they're teaching you is that you can use a number line to mentally add up, count up, to figure out how many numbers there are between 45 and 38 to figure the difference. Okay? So let's go down here and we're going to do some practice. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and highlight on your number line. We're going to highlight 20, 30, and 40. And then we're going to go 36 minus 27. So I'm going to start at 27. I'm not going to start at 36 because I can't count from 36 right here and get up to 27. So we're going to go to 27. So everybody circle 27. And then we're going to stop at 36. So on your number line, I want you to put a stopping point on 36. And we want to know how many numbers there are between 27 and 36. So the first thing I'll do is I'll try to jump to that gas station, jump to that multiple of 10. So if I'm at 27, I would have 1, 2, 3. So you're going to draw one line here, and that is plus 3. And from 30 to 36, I should be able to do that. If I have 30 to 36, I'm adding on how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a plus 6. You'll also remember if it's at 30 and you're going to 36, I'm just adding on 6 ones. So when I add 3 plus 6, I get 9. So 36 minus 27 has a difference of 9. Okay? All right, let's look at number 2. So the first thing, I'm going to highlight my multiples of 10. Those are where I want to get to first because they make it a lot easier for me to count up. Second step, I start at 49. So I'm going to go to 49 and I'm going to circle 49 and I'm going to draw my stopping mark at 56. So I'm going to find 56 and I know that's where I'm going to stop. So the first thing I do, I'm going to have to get 49 and I'm going to have to get to 50. So how many do I add to 49 to get to 50? That's pretty easy. 1. And then I have 50 to 56. I'm going to add on 6. So when I add 1 plus 6, I get 7. Now the reason I can do this, boys and girls, is because 56 and 49 are so close together. If they were further apart, if it was 56 minus 26, that I can do mentally. That's not a great example. 56 minus 23, those I need to stack up. I don't want to use a number line to count that many. But if my numbers are this close together, it makes it easier in my head. I can actually mentally find that answer. So number 3, step 1, highlight your gas stations, highlight your multiples of 10. Step 2, you're going to start at 58. So find 58, you're going to circle it. We're going to stop at 64, so draw a stop at 64. Then I'm going to get to my first multiple of 10. So from 58 to 60, I'm going to add on, how many would that be? 1, 2. So you're going to put a 2 up there. And then you get from 60 to 64, that would be a jump of 4. And then I just put a plus sign in between. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay? All right, let's try a few more examples on the next page. The first thing you're going to do, hey Cooper, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead on number 4. You're going to highlight your multiples of 10. And then we are going to start at 28. And we're going to stop at 33 because these numbers are so close together. So then I have 28. And I'm going to make a jump to 30. And that would be a jump of 1, 2. And from 30, I'm going to go to 33. And I have a jump of 1, 2, 3. So I can count on my number line, or I can always see, oh, there's 3 ones. So that's 3. Put a plus sign in the middle. If I add up 2 plus 3, what do I get? I get 5. Okay? Let's try number 5. Again, step 1. Highlight your multiples of 10 because that's where you want to get to first. Okay? I'm going to find 37 on my number line. That's where I will start. And I'm going to put a stop on 45. So from 37 to 40, how many would that be? So I can either know, oh, 37 to 40, that's 3, or I can count and I can touch. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a 3 up there. And from 40 to 45, that one I should be able to do in my head. I know that is just 5. If I'm not sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a plus sign in the middle. What's 5 plus 3? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? All right, I want you to try number 6. So I'm going to have you pause me. I want you to try 6, and then you can start me and see if you get the right answer. All right, I bet you guys did awesome. So I'm going to highlight 40, 50, and 60. I'm going to find 49. I'm going to start with 49. Remember, that's the tricky part. You got to start at 49, and I'm going to draw a stop at 58. So from 49 to 50, how many do I have to jump forward? 1. And from 50 to 58, I'm going to jump forward 8. So if I add 1 plus 8, I have 9. Okay? All right, so number 7, there were, got a highlighter, 55 books on the table. Sandra picked up some of the books. That sounds like a missing number, some of the books. And now there are 49. How many books did Sandra pick up? Because I have a missing part, I'm probably going to be subtracting. So if there's 55 books on the table and Sandra picked up some and now there are 49, what do I do to figure out how many Sandra picked up? Wouldn't I want to know the difference between those numbers? So I can solve this the same way. I'm going to highlight all my multiples of 10. I'm going to start at 49. I'm going to stop at 55. So 49 to 50, that's a jump of 1. 50 to 55, that's a jump of 5. So when I add those together, how many books did Sandra pick up? She picked up 6. All right, let's go to the last page. And you have another number line. So we're going to highlight those multiples of 10. And our question says that there are 46 game pieces in a box. Adam takes 38 game pieces out of the box. How many game pieces are still in the box? When you see are still or are left, those are usually keywords to subtract. So we're going to look at our biggest number. There are 46 game pieces in a box. Adam takes out 38, and I want to know how many are still in the box. So I would need to subtract. Now these numbers are pretty close together, 46 and 38. So I could use a number line and I can count up to subtract. That's what we're talking about today. So I'm going to find 38 and I'm going to stop at 46. Whoops, right there. And I'm going to go 38 to 40. So if I have 38 to 40, that's a jump of 2. And 40 to 46, okay, what's your ones? A 6, that's a jump of 6. So if I added both of those together, my answer is 8. There are 8 game pieces that are still in the box. Okay, super important. Number 9, this is where you're going to have the sample test questions. Rachel had 27 craft sticks. Then she gave 19 sticks to Theo. How many craft sticks does Rachel have now? I bet some of you caught that. You were like, wait, that's subtraction. She also gave some away. So in order to find the number that's correct in the box, I still have to set up a problem. So it says that Rachel had 27 and then she gave 19 sticks to Theo. How many craft sticks does Rachel have now? So what I would do is set down here, explain how you can use addition. Well, what I can do is I can count up, which is essentially addition, to, well, actually, I don't want to say that. I want to say to find the difference, which does mean to subtract, but I want to kind of use those words. So I don't have the word addition and subtraction always in the same sentence. So I can count up to find the difference, which is still subtraction, but I'm using addition to do it. So if I had 27 craft sticks and she gave 19 to Theo, it means I take away 19. How many does she have now? So you could use your own number line on your name tag for this. You could also go back up here. Well, I think if we turn the page, we have go back to number 4, we could use this number line that they gave us. I'm going to switch colors. Of course, I'm going to go green for Christmas. And we're going to use this number line because it's already done for us to solve question number 9. So we have 27 minus 19. So I'm going to have to come over here and I'm going to have 19. So from 19 to 20, that would be 1. And my stopping mark was 27. So if I'm at 20 and I want to get to 27, I would have a jump of 7. So put your plus sign in the middle. What's 1 plus 7? 8. Do I have 8 as a choice? Yes. So essentially, I used addition. I just counted on really tiny numbers like 1 and 7 or 2 and 5. And then I was able to figure out the difference between those two numbers. And the difference is the same thing as subtraction. Okay? All right. So on the next page, I want you to pause me here in a second. I want you to put your name on your paper. I want you to tear it out. I want you to pause me to do this. So that way your paper is ready to go. And then we're going to go over a couple questions and then you're going to be able to get started. So pause me now and then press play when your name is on your paper. It's torn out. You still have your highlighter and your pencil and your math book is in your desk. All right, boys and girls. So I'm just going to help you get started here. First of all, you got your name on your paper. And you've got a number line and we're counting up. So that's going to be important in the directions. We're going to count up to find the difference. So the first thing we're going to do, just to make it easier to see, we're going to highlight all of those multiples of 10. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it on my bottom number line too because I know I'll have to. And then I'm going to look at number 1, 36 minus 29. So I'm going to help you on this one. You're going to start at 29, you're stopping at 36. So what do? I'm going to draw 2 jumps. So I got to get to 29 to 30. That's a jump of 1. And then from 30 to 36, if you're not sure, look at your ones. That's your giveaway. But otherwise, you can take your pencil and you can actually count. There would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we put a plus sign in between. You're going to add that up and that would be your difference. So whatever 1 plus 6 is, that answer goes right here. Okay? On number 2, same thing, but remember you are starting at 38 and you are going to put a stop on 43. So you're going to make those jumps to the multiple of 10, count up, and then find out what the difference is between them. Okay? On number 3, should have highlighted these two. You're going to highlight all of those multiples of 10 and you're going to use the number line. The only thing difference is this time you do have a story problem. It says Jill has 63 index cards. She uses 57 of them for a project. How many index cards does Jill have now? There's have now. So you're subtracting. So I'm going to help you set up the problem. You are not going to stack and subtract today. Today, because these numbers, 63 and 57, are pretty close, and they want you to use a number line, you're practicing that mental math. You're going to start with your biggest number. You're going to be doing 63 minus 57. So use that number line. Do a stopping at 67, or a circle at 57. You're stopping at 63. Okay? You may cross off number 4. You're welcome. And let's just take a quick check on the back. Okay? Go ahead. You're going to highlight those multiples of 10. You're going to do the same thing on number 1. You've got 82 minus 75. Number 2, 90 minus 82. Just don't forget, you always start there to count up. All right, number 3, Jordan. Kind of famous, but this Jordan does not spell our name like our Jordan. But it says Jordan has 41 toy cars at home. He brings 24 cars to school. How many cars are at home? This also is a boy, Jordan. So what am I doing here? If he has 41 toy cars at home and he brings 24 to school, how many are still at home? I am going to be what? What am I going to do here? Am I adding to figure out how many cars he has all together, or am I subtracting? Subtracting. Number 4, Pam has 15 fish, 9 are goldfish, and the rest are guppies. How many fish are guppies? This one's easy. We see those key words. The rest are guppies. So if she has 15 fish, 9 are guppies. 15 fish, 9 are goldfish. The rest, if I'm finding that missing number, I am subtracting. Number 5, I want you to highlight some. Number 6, each table has 5 pencils. There are 3 tables. How many pencils are there all together? There you go. There's an addition word. So if I draw this picture, each table has 5 pencils and there are 3 tables. Draw that picture. I'm going to draw 3 tables. 1, 2, 3. How many pencils are on each table? Each table has 5 pencils. So there's 5, 5, and 5. How many pencils are there all together? So you're going to be adding the pencils at all 3 tables to find your answer. Boys and girls, if you need help, please raise your hand. Someone will be around to help you. I know you're going to do great. When you're done, make sure you turn it in.